What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at exercises to improve the mobility and strength of your fingers and hand. So if you have something like arthritis, or maybe just have stiffness and pain in your hand, in your finger joints, then these will be exercises for you to try. When we're thinking about hand and finger mobility and strength, it can be really useful to get a set of tools to work your hands and fingers. So I've got a set here that's from Amazon. It's from a company called FitBeast, and it comes with a number of different tools for strengthening your fingers and hand, working both our flexor muscles, which allow us to make a fist, and then our extensor muscles, which allow us to open our hand. So I'll put a link for this down in the description. It's a great set of tools to have. When we're thinking about, again, strengthening the hand and fingers, we want to think about our flexors and our extensors. So there are really 4 tools in this set that are going to help with your flexors. The first one here is kind of a traditional grip strengthening tool, which has a dial here that you can make this more challenging. When we measure grip strength in people, we actually use a dynamometer, a strength tool that looks like this, where we have people squeeze and we look at the maximum amount of force in foot-pounds that they can generate, basically how much torque and force they can generate. So all of these types of exercises, a tool like this, you would just squeeze it and find the resistance that's challenging for you. And like other strength exercises, you might look at doing 3 sets of somewhere in the 6 to 12 repetition range, and making sure obviously that you do both sides. Typically we'll see that people are weaker in their non-dominant arm, so if you notice that, that's quite common, but again, something that's important to work. There's actually some research showing now that grip strength is tied to mortality, so it's an area like strengthening the rest of the body. We want to continue to work on our grip strength. It's important for a lot of functional tasks in life. So you have a tool like that. There's a round sort of little donut kind of tool that's really great for working finger and grip strength. Same kind of thing. You can do all kinds of different. You could do smaller grips. You could do just a couple of fingers at a time. You could do your whole fist. But another tool that works well for strengthening our finger flexors. Okay, so you've got that tool. And then we have a ball. Another one here, this one I like for doing some of the pinching types of exercises in our hand. We have different grips, different types of pinch grips that allow us to complete precision type tasks in life. So this can be a good way to kind of isolate different fingers to do opposition, which is touching our fingers, the pads of our fingers, to our thumb, so we can strengthen in those different directions. Last tool for flexion is a neat one here, where you're going to position your fingers over each of these pads, and you can squeeze down with each finger individually and strengthen the flexor digitorum, superficialis, and profundus muscles, which are the muscles that allow us to pull our fingers down like this. So it rests in your palm, and then you squeeze with each finger. This is quite challenging for my pinky finger, so I definitely could be working on my finger strength and grip strength. All right, so those 4 tools all work the flexors. The last tool here is one for our extensors. This is an area that a lot of people don't think about until they have an injury, but it is something that's good to implement, especially if you're someone who uses your fingers and hands a lot, or again, maybe have stiffness or pain. This tool goes around your thumb and then around your other 4 fingers, and basically it's an elastic. It's almost like a big rubber band, but you just think about opening your hand, which will help to strengthen your finger extensor muscles, which run through the top side of your forearm. An exercise like this can actually even help with tennis elbow. Our finger extensor muscles run through our top side of our forearm and attach on the outside of our elbow. So for some people with tennis elbow, this can actually be a helpful exercise. The flexor exercise that we did just a second ago can help with golfer's elbow if you have pain in the inside of the elbow. So there are exercises that not only help the fingers, wrist, and hand, but they can also help with certain elbow pains. So again, think about, maybe somewhere in the 3 sets of 6 to 12 repetitions. You could do this every day. The finger muscles are pretty resilient. So that is a great little set. This is an area I haven't covered before, and sometimes people ask me about finger and hand exercises, and I just didn't have a set like this, so I went and got one myself. It is a great set, again, for challenging and training these muscles. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to check out this strengthening set. Thanks for checking out today's video. I hope you find the exercises to be helpful. In my book, in the wrist and hand chapter, you'll also find a wrist pain program that has a number of the exercises from today's video. My book is available with all major bookstores, including Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and has programs for every region of the body. Each body region has its own chapter. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to check the book out. But if we go back to the wrist and hand protocols, we'll see one for wrist pain and carpal tunnel syndrome. All the programs describe the condition, common signs and symptoms, what you do in terms of treatment. This program also covers de Quervain's tenosynovitis, which is a type of thumb pain. But all of the programs will walk you through 3 phases and have pictures of me doing the exercises. We'll see here there's a number of hand and wrist mobility and strengthening exercises. The programs in the book are more of a complete physical therapy program, more comprehensive than what I can include in a YouTube video. So if you'd like to get a resource like this that allows you to do your own physical therapy at home, I again will put a link down in the description. Thanks again for checking out today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.